们要正式展开今天的精致文化美食论坛的演讲对话。我们说这个文化美食的力量真的是不容小觑。接下来我们要透过这个主题，从风土创造价值，有请看见台湾基金会的陈文堂执行长发表专题演讲的同时，我们还邀请到了德国米其林3星主厨 Chef Thomas Spooner， 他将为我们分享3个成功的关键，直接要从亲身的经验，从料理哲学，还有全球的视野，带着大家徜徉在美食之旅。那么现在。
So we hope you will now come on the journey of culinary delights with us. Let's welcome Chief Executive Don Chen.
大家好
Hello, everybody.
大家好
Hi.
我们又见面了
It's me again. Today, I would like to talk to you about creating value through terroir. Actually, my foundation, our vision is for people to get to understand and know Taiwan better. So we have spent a lot of time marketing Taiwan, especially Taiwan's culture. And we've always focused on an important part of culture, which is gastronomy. So today, we are going to focus on culinary culture and how we can create value through terroir, especially sustainable value. Many of you are experts in the field, so I know that all I am doing is telling you the obvious, but I really hope that this can start a movement. In order to talk about terroir, we first need to know our own country. This is a photo I took in 1980 when I cycled around the island of Taiwan for the first time. I remember it was so hot. It was the middle of August, and we were pedaling furiously. However, this trip bound us closely to the land. Recently, I did another trip around Taiwan, and I realized there are many, many more people on board doing the same thing now. So today, we are going to talk about creating value through terroir. We are definitely at the right time and the right place. This is a photograph that were the salt fields in Nankun. And at the time when we saw this spectacular sight, we couldn't tear ourselves away. However, these salt plains are disappearing. Luckily, people have started to notice this, and they have resorted to traditional methods to bring back these salt fields. So, as Mencius, the sage, has said, in addition to the right time and place, what's most important are the right people. So the right people, the right time, the right place will allow us to develop a sustainable future. And I think this is a common goal for everybody. And last year, the TV series Gold Leaf was another example of how we can create cultural value. This is a story about how a family in Hsinchu developed the Oriental Beauty tea. And a television series like that showcased the importance of terroir. If we look further back in history, we can see during the Shang Dynasty, bronze vessels were engraved with the words for future generations to use. I think this is such an important engraving because even as far back as the Shang Dynasty, we thought about sustainability. Today, United Nations is trying to promote SDGs. That is totally in alignment with what we have learned from our forefathers. And we know that in 2021, UN also launched a Sustainable Gastronomy Day, where the focus was on Eat Local, Think Global. We need to make the most use of local produce with a global perspective. This is such an important element of sustainable development. If we look to the West, especially in France, we can see this movement has already had a long history. The term terroir comes from France. This is not just about geographical characteristics of a place. In addition, it is about the cultural and historical heritage of a place. And together with creativity, they are able to generate what is known as a unique terroir culture. Terroir has become universal language. Doesn't matter where you go, people will talk about the importance of terroir. Even in Taiwan. And due to this long history, we can see in France, if you look at the wine industry, their export value for wine is 4.9 times higher than that of Spain. This is for per unit value. And if we look at Italy, it is 2.1 times higher than Italian wines per unit value. So this fully explains the power of terroir. This is an area where we need to have long-term cultivation and dedication. We need to be able to collect and research local geographic conditions. And we need to understand traditional methods of cultivation and modernize them so that we can be more efficient. In addition, we still need to market our local produce in order to generate great value. So in the West, when we talk about the power of terroir, we are not just talking about the wine industry. It has also spilled over to other groups, especially in terms of different types of produce. In Taiwan, the movement is also taking root. I talked about the disappearance of salt fields in Nankunshan. However, we can see that in Taiwan, we are already seeing people who are beginning to take salt flakes, who are drying salt from the ocean and creating state-of-the-art salt flakes. We also have black bean fermented soy sauce. In addition, we have seen people utilize IT to manage the plowing and the management of their fields. So these are all ways in which we can see innovation coupled with traditional heritage when it comes to terroir. Now I'd like to ask you all to open up the wooden box in front of you. You will now be able to sample a little of Taiwan's terroir. What you will see in front of you is we have some of the salt flakes that I talked about. Take a little bit and put it on your tongue. What does it taste like? You can also couple it with our pineapple from Taiwan. Isn't it very unique? Can you taste the taste of summer? Apparently, these salt flakes are floating on the ocean midsummer before they are harvested. We also have our special soy sauce, so you can also sample a little bit of our soy sauce. You can smell it first. You will be able to smell the unique scent that comes from 6 months of fermentation. In addition, we have pork from Guanshan. These are from pigs that are raised in a very humane manner. So there are many, many other produce and food from Taiwan, from its unique terroir that you will get to sample today. Because we are surrounded by mountains and we have a very long coastline, because we have such unique environment with this long coastline, you will see that in the summertime, from the north to the south, we also will welcome mahi-mahi, this very tasty kind of fish. And then in the winter, along the Chinese coastline, we can also have many mullets visit our shores. You will be able to sample some of our mullet roe in a while. So today, we have asked Chef Thomas Chen, as well as Spanish chef Daniel Negera, to take the abundance from the mountains and oceans of Taiwan and make a very unique rimbing with new interpretation for you. In addition to Chef Thomas and Chef Daniel, there are many young people in Taiwan who are doing their part for Taiwan. You will see in the east coast of Taidong near Changbin, there are many, many mahi-mahi fish. And there is a young man who came from this area. His name is Nick. He opened up a restaurant called Sina Sarah 24. It is now a fine dining establishment in the remote corner of Taidong. In 1981, I remember I went to the Rukai tribe, an indigenous Taiwanese tribe, and I enjoyed their grilled meats. Now we know there is a very famous fine dining establishment called Akame that focuses on Rukai grilling methods in the southernmost tip of Taiwan. So this means that the terroir movement has not just taken root, but has spread like wildfire throughout Taiwan. You can go to Scandinavia, you can go to Lima, and you will see the same trend. So today, in addition to local produce and emphasis on the terroir, what can we do to expand the value of our culinary delights? I think Thomas Brunner, who is a 3-star Michelin chef from Germany, can probably shed some light for us. Let's welcome Thomas.
Welcome from Osnabrück. Hallo und ein herzliches Willkommen aus Osnabrück. Mein Name ist Thomas Bühner. Ich bin der ehemalige
Hello and welcome from Osnabrück. My name is Thomas Bühner. I am the former chef and manager of the La Vie restaurant in Osnabrück, the 3-star restaurant La Vie in Osnabrück. Thanks to the outstanding performance of my team, and I mean the kitchen and service, we achieved 3 stars in 2012, 3 stars and the highest scores in all other German guides over the entire period. I am incredibly proud of that. Today I am a global consultant for the hotel, catering and industry sectors. I am an ambassador for the LSG Group, which is a global caterer, as well as for the largest hospital group in Germany, Helios. But I also advise a Marriott hotel in the south of Taiwan, the Marriott Kaohsiung. There is the Majesty Restaurant, a fine dining restaurant. It is run by Xavier Young, the chef, who does an excellent job. And I support him in terms of creativity, leadership, ideas, but also in terms of contacts and everything that goes with running a restaurant like that. The other plans are that I am considering with a Taiwanese investor whether we should also get involved in Germany and in Taiwan. But it's not really ready to talk yet. I'm also doing guest chef events all over the world. The next stops will be Cyprus, Turkey, Bangkok, Oman, and Boston. So it's really international.
Bangkok, Oman und Boston, also wirklich international. Der Erfolg einer Küche.
The success of a kitchen depends very much on the team, of course. Without an outstanding team, nothing works at all, which is why that is always the first point I mention. But success and excellent dishes, you need more pillars for that. Another pillar for outstanding dishes is creativity. And by creativity I don't mean the kind that scares the guests, but the kind that amazes them. In other words, creating a taste that was perhaps not known before, to develop a combination that supports each other. Taste that is not one-sidedly monotonous, but comes along like an orchestra, has many facets and, first and foremost, always goes back to the inherent taste of an excellent product.
Ganz viele Facetten hat und in erster Linie immer auch auf den Eigengeschmack eines hervorragenden Produktes zurückgeht. Das Wichtigste für Erfolg, für erfolgreiche Gerichte,
The most important thing for success, for successful dishes, for a successful kitchen are, of course, the products. The product, the outstanding product, should be the star in the kitchen, and for that it is not important if it is asparagus or black salsify, if it is caviar or blackberry jam. Each product has the same value, but not the same price. What is important about a product is what we make of it, and the freshness of a product in order to give us, the chefs, as much leeway as possible. And when you know that, you see how important regionality is. And I have had the opportunity to see many producers in Taiwan, thanks to Xavier Young. I have very good memories of a farmer we visited who planted vegetables in Taiwan, the likes of which I had never seen before. If I have to describe the quality today, in that context I would say you could do stage diving on the carrot green. It was so strong, so powerful. The carrots tasted unique. Terroir is important in wine, but also in vegetables, to create unique, diverse flavors. And that's why I think regionality is so important. It's no use flying in turbot from Brittany or having cauliflower travel around the world once. It doesn't get any better that way. A fresh product prepared with the best possible preparation, and a dose of creativity is the best product. And that is why I believe one can be justifiably proud of Taiwanese products. From the land, from the mountains and from the water, there are excellent resources there, which I value very much and which we must prepare in such a way in the future that our guests also appreciate it. That they don't compare Iranian caviar with Taiwanese caviar. The Miral chicken with the Taiwanese chicken. I have also seen producers who have done extraordinary things, and I have set myself the goal for the future of making these products much better known. Taiwanese tea, maybe in the future also Taiwanese wine and all specialities that are available there. We should stand for this and create a cuisine that will eventually become as famous as Spanish cuisine, which is also known for its products, Italian cuisine and perhaps even French cuisine. Let us perhaps keep that in mind as the goal of this event. I would like to say goodbye now. I wish you all a successful event, many great new insights and impressions, and that we meet again as soon as possible. My next visit will probably be in September. I look forward to seeing you then. Maybe you follow me on Instagram or somewhere else until then. And let's keep in touch, and I look forward to my next visit to Taiwan. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Thomas. Here I summarize the 3 key points from his talk. Most important of all, excellent local produce. Secondly, world-class vision and creativity. Thirdly, execution. It is important to have a highly disciplined team to execute these ideas. These 3 points also echo with what I brought to you earlier about creating value through terroir, about utilizing these creativity along with history and local customs to create unparalleled value. This not only applies to the restaurant industry, the same concept can be applied to all the other industries. Today, we have 35 Taiwanese local companies who have excellent practice. They will be showcasing their methods later on in the on stage. For example, Taiwan Rice. This company, they utilize smart technologies to help farmers better cultivate Taiwanese rice. For pork farm, T-Ham in Taiwan, a local industry, they work closely with local pork farmers. They work closely with these pig farms to produce these eco-friendly pork that create strong local value. These are just a few examples. We have more to share with all of you. Sustainability, creating sustainable value locally. These concepts are not just to bring out the value of terroir, but it's also an important force for us to advance into the future. Here in this photo, I have a story to share with you about the high-speed rail in Taiwan. When they were building the railway, they hit this local temple. But the high-speed railway company decided to go on a detour, to go about this small temple. The reason that they made that decision is to create a long-lasting legacy, to talk about the respect for our local God. For a lot of the food products, it is of limited price, but the imagination and the value behind many of these produce and the stories are very valuable, and this is something that we should all think carefully about. 40 years ago, I started my trip around the island, and I continue to do so. I cannot just bike, but I have my car, and I continue to travel around the island of Taiwan. This is the same for us in industries. We must make it sustainable. It must be based on the value of terroir, of local ingredients. We cannot walk alone. We need a team to walk far, to walk for a long time. So here together in this forum, I hope we can stand together to create the value of terroir for Taiwan, to work together for global sustainability. Once again, I would like to thank all of you. I would like to thank the Ministry of Culture. I'd also like to thank my team in IC Taiwan Foundation for your support in making this forum possible. We demonstrate the value and the beauty of Taiwan, and I would like to thank all of you. Later on, I would like to invite all of you to a number of events and experiences that we have created for all of you.